Hello and welcome to the parallel economy, where traditional finance meets crypto. As always, this content is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Today, we're diving deep into a concept that has completely reshaped how investors, technologists, and economists think about value. We're talking about digital gold. What makes an online asset behave like the most ancient store of value humans have ever used? And why has scarcity become one of the defining principles of the digital age, especially with artificial intelligence accelerating everything around us? Let's break it down with clarity. For thousands of years, gold has been the ultimate store of value. And it boils down to three simple, powerful characteristics. First, it is scarce. You can't just find it anywhere. Second, it cannot be manufactured or faked. Alchemists tried for centuries and failed. And third, its supply grows slowly and predictably through mining. For most of human history, gold was the anchor. It protected people's savings from the whims of rulers, from manipulation, and from political instability. Then, the world changed. Nations moved away from the gold standard to fiat currency money created by governments. But the fundamental principles that made gold so valuable never disappeared. They simply went dormant, waiting for a digital counterpart to emerge. And that's exactly what happened. When Bitcoin launched in 2009, it did something truly revolutionary. It solved the problem that had stumped computer scientists for decades: how to create verifiable scarcity in a digital world. Think about it. Any digital file, whether it's a photo, a song, or a document, can be copied and pasted infinitely with just a few clicks. This is known as the double spend problem. Bitcoin solved it not with a central authority, but with pure mathematics and cryptography. It established a system with a strictly fixed supply of 21 million units, no more, no less. It has a predictable issuance schedule, with the number of new Bitcoins created decreasing by half roughly every 4 years. And all of this is enforced by a decentralized network of computers all over the world, making the rules virtually impossible to change. This is precisely why Bitcoin is often called digital gold. It's not because it's shiny or you can hold it in your hand. It's because it perfectly replicates the core properties of gold scarcity: verifiability and independence from any single entity, but in a purely digital form. Now, let's bring artificial intelligence into the picture. AI has this incredible, almost magical property. It makes everything faster, cheaper, and overwhelmingly abundant. Suddenly, we can generate stunning images, write complex code, compose music, and produce endless text at a scale we've never seen before. AI is a machine for creating abundance. But this explosion of abundance creates a strange paradox. When almost everything becomes cheap, easy, and plentiful, what becomes truly valuable? The things that remain scarce. Attention becomes a precious resource in a sea of content, and provably scarce assets stand out like lighthouses in a storm. In the physical world, gold remains scarce. Its supply is limited by geology. In the digital world, Bitcoin remains scarce. Its supply limited by mathematics. As AI makes almost everything else more abundant year after year, these scarce assets become even more distinct and important. This sets up a fascinating clash of two opposing forces: infinite fiat versus programmed scarcity. On one side, you have fiat currencies, which central banks can create without any theoretical limit. We've seen this happen time and time again. On the same side, you now have digital content, images, videos, text which AI can generate infinitely. Most of the assets and information around us are becoming more abundant. On the other side, you have assets with a hard, unchangeable supply. This creates a really unusual long-term economic environment. In a world flooded with abundance, scarce assets become anchors of stability. Investors, companies, and even everyday individuals start looking for things that cannot be printed, cloned, or inflated away. Bitcoin has this property coded into its very DNA, guaranteed by mathematics. Gold has it guaranteed by the laws of physics. This fundamental contrast between the infinitely expandable and the strictly finite is becoming more and more important as AI continues to accelerate production and automation across every industry. Of course, scarcity alone isn't enough to create value. A rare rock in my backyard is scarce, but it's not valuable. What truly unlocks value is network adoption. Bitcoin's value isn't just in its fixed supply of 21 million. It's rooted in the powerful network effect created by the millions of people who use it, the companies that build on it, the miners who secure it, the developers who improve it, and the financial institutions that are now integrating it. It's a global, self-reinforcing system. The more people who come to trust and rely on a scarce asset as a reliable store of value, the stronger and more credible that asset becomes. Its hardness as money increases. Gold has achieved this over millennia, becoming a globally recognized standard. Bitcoin is developing this network effect at an incredible speed, solidifying its role as a modern store of value. So, why does this idea of digital gold resonate so strongly today? I think that's because people are searching for stability in a world that feels increasingly chaotic and unpredictable. We see inflation eroding our purchasing power. We see currencies fluctuating wildly. We see AI completely reshaping entire industries, creating both opportunity and uncertainty. And we see governments struggling to create regulations that can keep up with the pace of technological evolution. So, in this kind of environment, the concept of digital scarcity offers something incredibly simple and powerful: predictability. Bitcoin operates on a system where the rules were set from the very beginning and are enforced by a decentralized consensus, making them incredibly difficult to change. That level of predictability is exceptionally rare in modern finance, where rules can be bent and policies can be changed overnight. Ultimately, digital gold isn't just a catchy slogan. It's a direct and logical response to the world of accelerating abundance that AI is creating. As technology makes everything faster, cheaper, and easier to replicate, the principles of scarcity, certainty, and transparency become more valuable than ever. It's the same timeless principles that made gold valuable for centuries, just built on new digital rails for the 21st century. If this episode helped you see things in a new light, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who might find it interesting. Thanks for watching The Parallel Economy.